By this point, you've got a healthy approach to self-care, an understanding of how to create more support and better balance in your life. In this next section, we're going to get into how to survive the biggest struggles of motherhood: sleep deprivation, crying, and colic. Enduring these are part of what makes you enter the club of motherhood. But there are survival techniques you can learn to really reduce the degree of torture these can inflict. I'm being a bit dramatic. I want to drive home that you have an entire toolbox at your disposal to implement the needed skills to avoid exhaustion. Even though you can get through this time without any strategies, the most successful operations always have a plan. Sleep changes when you become a mother. Before having kids, a good night's sleep meant 8 uninterrupted hours. Those days are long gone for the vast majority of parents and many pregnant women too. Yes, there are a few who give birth to magical babies that within a month of life sleep solidly through the night. If you're one of those lucky few, thank your baby and tell no other parent of this. They might hate you. The rest of you, stay tuned. Babies interrupt sleep. This is not news. However, we are beginning to understand the impact that repeated interruptions of sleep have on parents. Studies have shown that frequent sleep disruptions increase stress responsivity, somatic pain, emotional distress, mood disorders, cognitive and performance deficits, and reduce overall quality of life. Quality or continuity of sleep is more important than quantity of sleep. A study from Tel Aviv University compared people who were allowed only 4 hours of sleep in a row with another group who were allowed 8 hours but were awoken 4 times in the night, just like new parents might expect. Researchers found having 8 hours of interrupted sleep lowers mood, energy, and concentration as significantly as receiving only 4 hours of solid sleep. This study was just one night. You can imagine how much these changes are compounded after weeks or months. Better sleep means increased energy, improved mood and less depression, less anger, greater tolerance for stress, lowered anxiety. Getting better sleep is the single most powerful, natural way to improve your postpartum well-being. Now that we've established the negative impact of sleep deprivation, what you really want to know is, how do I get more sleep? So let's start by understanding sleep better. Sleep occurs in cycles, with each cycle lasting roughly 90 minutes. Deep sleep, also known as slow wave sleep, helps repair oxidative stress and consolidate positive memories. Interruptions in your sleep cycles prevent you from entering this deep sleep stage. So it makes sense that people who are awakened frequently have a worse mood. It also partly explains the mommy brain, or trouble remembering things after having a baby. We want to complete sleep cycles and not interrupt them. Ideally, we'd want to complete 5 sleep cycles in a row. That's generally not possible in your last trimester, or certainly not with a newborn. However, if you can aim for at least 2 to 3 uninterrupted sleep cycles in a row, you can feel pretty much functional. Here is my 12-step method for maximizing your sleep. Step 1. Develop healthy sleep habits for yourself, often called sleep hygiene. And do this either before or during pregnancy. This sets you up for better sleep moving forward. Good sleep hygiene means you go to bed at about the same time each night. You create a bedroom that is your sanctuary. It should be comfortable, free of mess and clutter, with no work or bills anywhere in the bedroom. It should be dark. Cover windows that let in light. Use your bed only for sleep and sex. Avoid screen time for an hour before bed. The light emitted from devices signals your brain it's time to wake up. Looking at your phone in the middle of the night or in bed can also disrupt your brain's sleep signals. Avoid caffeine for 8 hours before bedtime. Avoid medications that are stimulants, such as decongestants. They can make it hard to stay asleep or fall asleep. Avoid alcohol. It increases the likelihood of awakening in the middle of the night. It may help you fall asleep, but not stay asleep. If you find yourself hitting snooze when your alarm goes off, put your alarm clock on the other side of the room. This way, you'll have to get out of bed to turn it off in the morning. Set your alarm for the actual time you need to get up. Setting an alarm before you need to wake trains your brain to disregard your alarm. If you use your phone as your alarm, you can put it in your drawer to avoid the lights waking you up if people text in the middle of the night. Even if you have it on silent, the light can be a signal to wake up. There are also alarm apps that require you to get out of bed in order to turn them off. Meditation. Use an app like Expectful to calm your mind and relax your body before bed. Reading before falling asleep is a great way of getting out of your head and relaxing. The habit of reading takes a couple weeks to begin helping you sleep, but if you stick with it, the sleep benefit can be huge. Don't read on an iPad as its light disrupts sleep. Use a focused reading light. Spray your pillow lightly with lavender spray. This can be a luxurious way to treat yourself. Over time, this routine trains your brain to associate the scent with rest. Placing an eye pillow over your eyes adds a nice soft pressure that can encourage your face to relax and block out some light. And keep your room cool. While your body's doing the work of creating a baby, you seem to generate extra heat. This can make it harder to sleep at night. So turn down the thermostat, run a fan to keep the air moving, wear natural breathable fabrics, or keep one foot out from underneath the covers. Another thing you can do is to put a body pillow between you and your partner if their body heat is just a little too much for you when you're pregnant. Sometimes taking a lukewarm shower right before bed can help you cool off. Step 2, strategic sleep setup. After you've had the baby, you need to find ways to maximize your sleep. Start by having as efficient a nighttime setup as possible. You'll want to be able to feed and change your baby without having to get out of your bed at night. To do this, have a co-sleeper or bassinet next to your bed for your baby to sleep in. A co-sleeper can be organized to have diapers, wipes, and a spare outfit in the pockets within reach. Or, on your nightstand, place diapers, wipes, a spare outfit, anything you'd need to change your baby. Have a small light with a dimmer switch that can focus the light downward on the diaper area without shining in the baby's eyes. One benefit of breastfeeding is not having any bottles to warm at night. If you are bottle feeding, see if you can keep things safely within reach. Some moms have a bottle warmer near the bedside ready to go. Keep in mind it will be dark at night, so safety and setup is extremely important. Keeping everything right near you, including your baby, allows you to respond to his needs quickly. Anytime you have to walk down the hall to attend to your baby, you wake up fully. Our goal is to avoid that as much as possible in the first 2 months. Step 3, establish baby sleep hygiene. Develop a going to bed sleep routine with your baby. This signals to your baby that it's time to wind down for bedtime. Give him a bath or massage. Turn down the lights, change and swaddle him, say a prayer, sing or play a bedtime song while feeding him, turn on a sound machine, and give him a pacifier. Then put him to bed on his back while he's sleepy but slightly awake. Swaddling your baby makes him feel safe and secure like he's in your womb. Ask your pediatrician to show you how to swaddle the baby snugly, yet allow movement for his hips. When your baby is old enough to be able to roll over on his side or back to front, stop swaddling. Pacifier use has been controversial over the years, but recent studies have shown pacifiers reduce the incidence of SIDS. At the end of a long day, you might want to rush the bedtime routine. I get it. However, this can backfire. Your baby may not like being shortchanged, and it can turn into an even longer time to get them to sleep. If your baby is wondering whether you're going to cut out early each time they go to bed, they can become anxious at night. Try to be consistent so your baby can rely upon and relax with a consistent routine. To create a soothing bedtime environment, consider a Snoo Smart Sleeper bassinet. This bassinet automatically responds to your baby, and soothing sound and motion can help calm your baby and promote sleep. Studies have shown that it adds 1 to 2 hours of sleep per night. That's 1 to 2 more hours of sleep you can get each night. The moms I've worked with that have used a Snoo have found it invaluable. It's like having an extra pair of hands. This is especially helpful for single parents and moms with multiples. Snoos are sometimes covered as part of employee benefits and will hopefully be covered by insurance soon. Step 4, daytime stimulation and connection. Provide your baby with more stimulation during the day so they learn the difference between daytime and nighttime activities. Carry your baby for at least 3 hours during the day, in addition to the time you spend feeding or responding to crying. This seems to provide babies with lots of closeness and stimulation during the day, so they need it less at night. If your baby doesn't see enough of you in the daytime, they will learn to try and get it at night. Do not try to keep your baby awake during the day so they'll sleep better at night. This actually backfires. This can work for preschoolers, but not for babies. Babies that don't nap well during the day tend to get so overtired they can't calm themselves enough to fall asleep at night. Sometimes, paradoxically, adding a nap can increase how long they sleep at night. Step 5, utilize your baby's sleep window. There's a critical window of opportunity to improve your baby's ability to sleep. Between your baby's 3rd and 6th week of life is a developmental window in which your baby can learn to soothe themselves to sleep. During this time, it's important to put them in their crib while they're calm and drowsy, but not fully asleep. This encourages them to connect being in their bed with sleep. At this age, they learn their own ways of calming themselves without depending upon you to fall asleep. If you habitually nurse or rock them all the way to sleep during this stage, they will depend upon you to fall asleep, not just at the beginning of the night, but every time they wake up in the middle of the night. So while it's sweet and special to hold your baby in your arms all the way until she falls asleep, try not to make this a habit. Put your baby down before she's fully asleep, particularly during the 3 to 6 weeks. Step 6, dream feed. Most of the time you feed your baby, it will be because your baby was showing signs he's hungry. That's what lactation specialists mean by on-demand feeding. You feed your baby when they demand it. A dream feed is different. You wake your baby to feed him. Say your baby goes to bed around 7 p.m. A dream feed is given 2 to 3 hours after that, say around 10 p.m. If they're sleepy, you can gently pat them on the bottom to help keep them awake enough to feed. You or your partner do this last thing before you go to bed. There are 2 points to this. First, a dream feed helps babies gain weight. That's especially important if your baby is not gaining weight quite as fast as his doctor would like. Second, it means you are far more likely to get 3 or more hours of solid sleep when you first go to bed.